Alright, so let's try to run our form and see what we have so far, and if there's some things we need to handle, then we're just going to handle them. Okay, let's try to run it. Okay, so this is the problem we need to solve. Okay, so what we have seen so far is that our logic does not allow us to put the message on the onload. So what we're going to do is that we're going to comment our message, and we're going to put this message on the button, so that when we click on that button, and there should be a message that tells us to say, okay, you have access to this button, or you do not have access to the button. So what we're just going to focus on when the form loads is just to make sure that these things are available. Okay, the caption for the button, the form to open, and to make sure that the caption for the button is showing up on the button. Okay, alright, so let's try to comment our messages. Comment our messages. Okay, so far so good. So let's see what is going to happen when we run our form again. Alright, let's try to run our main form and see what we have. Okay, so we have a runtime error which is 3021, and it says no current record. Now this one is showing up because in the navigation table we do not have anything there. So it's trying to find some information, but there's nothing. Okay, so let's end that. But at least one thing is showing up on our form, and that is the current user. Okay, we can see Moonsan is the one who is the current user. Okay, so let's try to put some things in our navigation there and see if we're going to have any error. Okay, so let's say renew password. To open is F renew. Let's just have that for now. Let's save. Let's close. Let's run our main form. Okay, so as you can see, something good has just happened. Okay, so we wanted that if there is nothing about that button, like no caption in the navigation table, we don't want the button to show, so we want to hide it. So, and this is what we have, which is really good. And as you can see, the form to open is shown here, and our button has been given a caption, renew password. So what should happen is that when we click on that button, this form should open, because that's what we have put here. Okay, it's not doing that. Why it's not doing that? Because we haven't written a code that is able to collect this and open it. So what we are going to do is that we are going to write a code that is going to be opening the forms that we put in here. So far, at least we have achieved something. Okay, so I've written a simple code on the first button on the navigation. So it's just do cmd or do command open form me dot nav item 1. So this is the text box that we named nav item 1. So we're going to do the same thing on the other buttons. Okay, so we're going to say this one is going to open a form that is going to be available in nav item 2. Another thing that we want to handle in advance is when we click on the buttons, we should be able to hide those images that we said we want to use them as the highlighters, showing that we have clicked on the button. So what we are going to do is that under each button, we are going to do the following. So we're going to say me.image1 dot visible is equal to true, and then we are going to get the other images, going to turn them to false. On this one, we're going to make this one false and the second one true. So this should be able to do a good job. Should be able to do a very good job. Okay. Okay. All right. After doing this, let's try to see how our program works now. Let's debug. Okay, we're okay. No problem. Okay, our user is still there. Our button is named renew password, and the form to open is still there. So let's try to click on this button and see what is going to happen. Okay, so our frenew password shows up, and the image that we want to use as the pointer or as the highlighter is showing up, and the other ones are hidden. So this is what we want to happen. Okay, so to make things work well, what we are going to do is that now we're going to hide the images that are here. We're going to make them invisible by default. So that's what we're going to do. Let's try to do that. So I saw that there will be a need of moving this a little bit like this. So let's do this. Visible